Happy Wednesday, everyone. Depending on when you're watching this video, I hope you are having a happy day regardless of what day it is. I did chop my hair. I donated it. I cut off a foot. Well, actually, my boyfriend and my roommate cut off a foot and then they cleaned it all up, and now I have this cute little thing going on. Here I am now. And today, this video is going to be focused on how we are all people, obviously, but sometimes we really tend to forget that, and how the year is wrapping up, and a lot of people, or all people, are stressed. And stress is a very natural response. It is a bodily response to what's going on. Sometimes stress can be good. In our body, it releases certain, for lack of a better term, molecules or hormones and whatnot, and it gets us sometimes to focus more. However, too much stress is not good for us. I'm not getting into the biology or the pharmacology behind it. However, I'm going to talk about how I think it's important that we remind ourselves of the people that we're working with, ourselves, the people around us. We're all going through things. And I'm emphasizing stress because I think as the year wraps up, a lot of people are trying to finish up jobs or trying to finish up like projects that they're working on. And if you reach out to someone and they don't get back to you right away, they're probably doing something, and we probably shouldn't take it very personal. However, I know it's easy to take things very personal. I know it's easy to assume that someone's mad at us. However, whatever you're tripping up on currently, even if you're tripping up on someone else being tripped up on their stuff, it's important that we reset and realize that we're going through things and other people are going through things. So try to be a little bit more patient with yourself, but also try to be patient with the people around you and the people that you're expecting things from. A big thing going on right now at my school is people are trying to organize their schedules. So on top of us having all of the work that we have to do as biomedical engineers, we're all talking at my e-board yesterday. I'm talking to my board members and I'm like, hey, like, how are your classes going? Like, how are you doing with your schoolwork? And like, as if being stressed out about like the classes wasn't enough, they're also like, it's like, getting into classes at UVM is like really difficult for like our major because there's not a lot of spots for classes, like these really, really cool classes at least. So it's like not actually a bloodbath, but like it's intense. Like everyone has to wake up at like 7 in the morning to register for classes, and it's just like, and it does invoke a lot of stress. So if I were to be talking to anyone at UVM, I think it's important that I consider the fact that they are stressed about their classes, not even the classwork what they're currently in, the classes for next semester. And I think that it's easy for us to look at people that are maybe of higher power than we are and be like, oh wow, like, well, they have their life together, so like I can email them, I should expect a response. But at the end of the day, we all have our jobs, and outside of our jobs, we have a life. And all these people have lives too. And for me, like, I feel like I'm like I'm registered full-time student, but when it's 8 o'clock at night and I'm emailing my teachers, like, I don't really know if they're technically working then. Like, I don't really think they're technically supposed to be working, but a lot of my teachers are really good and like they'll get back to me about stuff. But if they don't, I think as students, we have to remind ourselves that like they're gonna get into the office or like get into like the classroom or whatever like the next day, and like that's when we can expect a response. But in our head, it's not fair that we hold people to these standards that like aren't really fair. Like our teachers, our bosses, the people that run our jobs, they're not robots. They have a life. And I was just talking with my research advisor, and this was one thing that we discussed. Like, I'm very aware that she has things going on outside of research. So when I ask something from her, or she asks something from me, I think we're on the same like wavelength, understanding that we're trying our best to get it done. But we're also like aware of the fact that there are other things happening in our circle. Okay, I'm at 4 minutes, so I'm going to stop there. I don't want it to be a tangent. I think this is just really important for us all to realize because I don't think we're reminded of it enough. I said I'm going to stop, but I'm not going to stop. One more thing. With that reset, I think it's also super crucial that as this year wraps up, you take time to be thankful for what you have. When I say that, I'm referencing family specifically, or people that make the world stop for you. So when you FaceTime someone, and I say FaceTime because I think it's like what a lot of people are doing right now, make sure you appreciate that time that you have with that person. And on top of that, if you think you're too busy to FaceTime someone, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not. Like, everyone's really, really busy. you have the time to take that time for yourself, to take that time for that person, to show them love. You have the ability to make that time. There is I don't want to say nothing that's more important, but probably very few things that are more important than your relationships. And I just want to make sure that people know and are reminded that we are allowed, and we need to realize that we have to invest in our relationships a little bit more. And I have to remind myself that it's not normal for someone to wake up at 8 a.m. and literally do work until they go to bed at 11:30, but that's literally what I do. And so when I'm taking time to FaceTime my sisters, FaceTime my family, hang out with the people around me that I really value, that's allowed. And I'm allowed to eat dinner without having my computer open in front of me. However, it's not until people poke me and be hey, can we talk, that I realize these things, and then I talk to them and I'm wow, that was incredible. I really needed that literally 20-minute reset. Thank you for showing me the value of time and the value of interpersonal connection. I needed that. I just really want that to be a reminder. Okay, I hope everyone has a great rest of their week before Thanksgiving. You all know I hope that you are thankful for all the things that you do have, and if you don't have something, I hope you're doing something to improve on getting yourself closer to that thing. As you all know, I think that we are all super capable, and I look forward to hearing about people's reactions for this video and hearing about kind of how the rest of the year closes for everyone. Thank you for checking in, and I will talk to you next week.